Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Monday, March 20th. Ian Cameron out, Skee Profit, wham, and Dutch with you, ready to break down the Monday NBA card. It is 6 games. I mean, a lesser card than normal on a Monday. We hope you survived the madness. Obviously, college basketball, March Madness, certainly the main event this weekend. But there was NBA going on, and there's still NBA tonight. We've got 6 games. Let's get into it. We'll begin in Philadelphia. We've got the Bulls and the 76ers. Philadelphia, 8.5-point favorites, 224.5, 225 the total. If you look at it at most books in this game, the Sixers, of course, trying to keep their recent strong play going. They have been on a great roll. 8 straight victories, covered in 6 of those games, entering tonight off a 141-121 blowout win Saturday night against the Indiana Pacers. They swept that 3-game road trip, now back home against the Bulls, who actually the Bulls have picked their game up for the last 5. They have won at Denver, at Houston, beating Minnesota and Miami in back-to-back games at home in very impressive fashion. They did have a loss at home against Sacramento in between, but no, there's no doubt the Bulls have played a little bit better. They played back in January, the last meeting between these teams, and Chicago ended up winning it 126-112. We'll see how this one plays out. Philadelphia, this is actually the start of a home and home between these two teams. They play each other once again in Chicago coming up later this week on Wednesday night. But, Philly's playing well. I don't really want to step in front of them. And first of a, home and home, it can be tricky from a side perspective. I'll probably sit back, watch how this game goes tonight, and then maybe make a bet on the Wednesday game, depending on what happens tonight. I think the bet you make in this game is very clear and evident. It's just Joel Embiid over points. I think you just keep rocking that, don't you? I mean, this has been an incredible run here for Embiid, obviously looking to get MVP considerations. He's gone 8 straight games, by the way, where he's gone over his points and assists. Joel Embiid going into this game tonight. So if you're riding that streak, you can. I think points by itself with Joel Embiid's probably a good bet, but points and assists in particular, which is over 37.5 tonight, he's gone over that in 8 consecutive games for the Philadelphia 76ers. So whatever Embiid props you like, I certainly would talk you out of it, and it does appear like he will be a good to go and in the lineup tonight for Philadelphia. Skee, what do you think here, Bulls, Sixers?
Well, he missed his points in the last one. I think he ended at 31. Maybe it was a blowout. He didn't play that much in that fourth quarter or something like that. But yeah, I can't talk you off Embiid props. I didn't even look at it just because I finally fell off after backing it so long. But I do like the Sixers here. Line is going up. It was 6.5 last night. It's now 8.5. I got in at 7.5, but I still think they win this game by double digits. Just looking at it, Sixers in revenge spots so far this year. They've been good in general, but especially versus teams who turn the ball over a lot. And when I'm looking at that in this scenario, it's more than 13, a little bit more than 13.5 turnovers per game. I have the Sixers at 17-0, like back since around Halloween time. So I think they'll be focused. Last time they played the Bulls, it was without Joel Embiid. It'll be a whole different animal this time when the Bulls are facing them tonight. Sixers are top 5 in all the categories that I care about: offensive rating, defensive rating, rebound percentage. And how do you win by margin? You shoot the 3 well, you defend the 3 well. They're number 1 shooting the 3, and they're top 5 defending it. So I like the Sixers to win this game by margin.
All right, Philly to lay in the points and maybe to win in double-digit fashion here tonight. All right, Dutch, what do you think here, Chicago, Philly?
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. All y'all, real quick, hit the motherfucking like button like I'm hitting this plane of biscotti. Get you right where you need to be. Believe it, man. Hey, it was a long weekend, so it's good to be back here breaking it down with the panel, man, and everyone in the chat. This only really game I like. I'm not going to lie, so I'm going to take my time. Followed up pretty much everything what Skee said, man. I think this is a spot. Obviously, there was no Embiid when they played, but y'all both failed to mention that was in Philly, too. So, Philly don't really lose at home. I mean, they're fucking nasty as fuck. They're 23-16 on the season straight up at the crib. Let me get this home. 23-13 against the number at the house. So the fact that you go in there, not only beat them, and win outright, but beat them by double digits. Obviously, no Embiid was a big factor in that. But I do like how they brought Maxey back in the starting lineup with James Harden. It kind of frees up Maxey to do what the fuck he wants. And he's a real nice 3-piece to have out there to really just, attack the hole, shoot the 3, do what he wants. And James is being what he needs to be, a point guard on that team. So I think you get it out, but really it's a spot here, man. Really, I just believe it. You touched on it, the back and back in Chicago here in a couple of days. But you go into Philly, beat them by double digits. You get Embiid back. I mean, they don't put it on Chicago. And this the one thing that does hold me down a little bit. Obviously, the line, I got it at 7, so the line is creepy now, but I do think they win by double digits. But I do think this could be a live spot, too, because Philly does tend to start off slow at the crib. So I don't like nothing early with Philly, to be honest with you. I think they could be a little bit on cruise control. This is their first game back from a 3-game road trip. Also, I do think the 8-game win streak that they've had, has been kind of suspect. Outside of Milwaukee, really, who have they won? So it's getting up there with the 8.5 now. But I did cap this game probably to win about by 10. So I like the Sixers by 7 for sure.
Hey, let me back them up a little bit more. Shit, the Bulls only lost as a dog 23 times, or not only they lost as a dog 23 times. They only covered 3 of those 23 losses. So when they lose, they lose by margin.
Yeah, that's true. So there you go. When Chicago doesn't win a basketball game straight up, oftentimes it's a blowout loss.
Yeah, and they're 1-8 last 9 in Philly, and 2-8 overall last 10 meetings against the Sixers. So the fact that they beat them and covered is very rare. You got to get I feel like it'll kind of go back to what's been happening.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all have the prop, the side there. I'm not gonna touch that, but I'm gonna take Nikola Vucevic. I'm gonna rock with Nikola to go over the points, rebounds, and assists, 30.5. He's been able to do this 3 times against this team. One without Embiid. I think you guys talked about the last game where he had a triple double, but I think in this game probably do a little bit more just other than rebounding and points. Probably have to dish the ball a little bit as well. So I think Nikola Vucevic is the play that I like the most, but I mean, y'all might be talking me on this Sixers. I'm not gonna lie, because it was such a high spread. I didn't think to even take the Sixers based off of that. My only thoughts was like you said, Babano, man, this Bulls team hasn't been playing that bad. You know what I mean? They could possibly try to play up, but we do know that this team characteristically wise, like over the years, they've just been terrible against teams that of competition rather than teams that's not. So give me Nikola Vucevic over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists at plus 110. That's the only one I'm rocking with.
All right, Indiana and Charlotte. Indiana 2-point road favorites, 234.5 the total. I don't think I can lay 2.5 on the road with Indy without Ty Halliburton, but I don't think I can take Charlotte because they're just not playing well at the moment. They've lost 4 straight coming into this game, and the majority of those losses weren't really competitive. Utah, Cleveland, blowout loss. Cleveland again, blowout loss. Philadelphia, they lost by 39 points to the Sixers on Friday night at home, 121-82. So it's been really rough sledding here for the Charlotte Hornets of late. They, of course, still have Mark Williams out, their center, so Nick Richards has taken that spot tonight once again for them. For Indiana, though, Ty Halliburton out, Benedict Mathurin, game-time decision. Same with Duarte and Isaiah Jackson as well for this Pacers team. But I'd still lean in Indiana, but I'm not in a rush to lay points with them. I don't want Charlotte, though. I can tell you that. I do like the over. That's what I'm going to target here. I do think we see points. Indiana of late, if you look at their recent games, they have gone over the total in really 6 of their last 7. They've gone over 6-1 to the over their last 7 games. Charlotte's gone over in 3 of their last 4. Definitely think we'll see plenty of points here. So rather than a side, I'm looking at the total to go up and over this number here with the Pacers and the Hornets. And if you like props here, let's go with Andrew Nembhard here in this one. Points, rebounds, and assists, points and assists, any or all of them. I sign off on it. 4 straight games for Andrew Nembhard for the Pacers. He's gone over his point prop, his point assists prop, and his points, rebounds, and assists prop. So anything and everything Andrew Nembhard props, I like that here tonight for Indiana. Skee, what do you think here? Pacers, Hornets.
I disagree with you. I think this is more of an under game. For one, you're missing Halliburton and could be potentially missing Mathurin. That's a whole lot of offense and points you could be missing for that Pacers side. And you've seen what the Hornets look like without LaMelo. They've not passed 234.5 one time, really post All-Star break, but especially without LaMelo out there. So I don't think they're going to do it tonight. And coming off of that ass whooping that they just got, they lost by 40 points, something like that.
Just about 39.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
And you got 2 days off to sit there and think about it and go in there and practice and do all that stuff. I think that gives them time to fix up that defense a little bit and come in here with a little bit better effort. And they have 2 days off after this game, so you could really just go all out in this one and go for a win. You're at the house. Pacers are 4-13 without Halliburton. I just think at this short price at the house, I got to roll with the Hornets. They're going to be extremely focused, in my opinion, off of that bad loss. And I like the under for the same reason.
That's a fair argument. They're not scoring, Charlotte, for the under. There's no doubt. They've definitely had trouble without LaMelo scoring. You're right about Halliburton being a large part of that offense. Charlotte's defense has been so bad.
Real quick.
That's what I'm thinking. Charlotte's defense has been so bad, Indiana can still probably rack up a big number tonight. We'll see.
Let me go back at Razor too, because he says fix the defense. What defense? And I get it. Like Charlotte's not thought of as a defensive team, but coming out of the All-Star break, like the first week or two, they were the number one defensive rated team. So they need to get back to that. That's what I'm saying.
The argument is that was then, this is now. The counter argument, it was good for about a week. They played some defense, but haven't seen it in recent games. But as you mentioned, there's some key contributors offensively missing for the Pacers, so maybe that does help the Hornets tonight. It's a good debate, I should say. What do you think here, Dutch? Hornets and Pacers. He doesn't say much, apparently.
Yeah, I muted myself. You guys talk so much about this bummy ass motherfucking game. And yeah, exactly. Like Wham Bam and the tank in the chest said, man. Come on, man.
All right.
Hey, I was looking for the button while he was muting. I was looking for the button, man.
Oh shit.
Where'd he go?
Wham Bam black screen. But yeah, I was thinking like, what the fuck? Fuck this game, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's throw it to Wham, see what he thinks, but he's literally blacked out right now.
I'll say this though. I know Wham gonna pop right back, but Kelly Oubre, I think he's been a guy who steps up for the Charlotte team a little bit whenever LaMelo's not in there. So probably look at his points and rebounds. If it's somewhere around the 29 range or less, I would go for that.
All right, good. There you go.
He still wants to talk about this fucking game. Like,
I know. We got more. We got more meat on the bone here. Let's go. Come on here. It's Hornets. Who doesn't love this game? Come on. Pacers and Hornets.
I didn't even look at this damn game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Two below average Eastern Conference teams. What more is there to talk?
I'm surprised it's not a Razor special right here. Razor, you not on the Hornets tonight?
Yeah, that seems like a razor sharp money move here.
Or are you only gonna bet PJ Washington?
I was gonna say he got PJ. Bro knows.
It's cooled off a little, his props lately, but still overall, I mean, definitely it's been cashing more often than not.
Bridges has still been hitting Mikal.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if we can get Wham Bam. Oh, there we go. I was trying to stall for time so that Wham could get back in here. There he is. All right, Wham is here.
Yeah, bro. Nah, am I muted?
No, you're good.
All right, cool. Because my son out here, we live babysitting as well. I said that's how this should be.
That's right.
But no, so yeah, I'm right there. I agree with everything Skee said. I'm not gonna waste any of y'all time. Take the Hornets money line, bro. It's only right, bro. It's no Hallie, no Pacers, like my boys say, man. Listen, we know that PJ Washington been playing well. Kelly Oubre been killing. That's something I don't think you guys talked about. He's been averaging like 23 points over the last few games. So even then, though, bro, y'all talked about it enough, bro. It's the Hornets, man. I know it's a backwood for my boy Dutch. Say no more. It's a backwood for the chat. Get some plus money in your pocket, man. Take the Hornets.
All right. Timberwolves and Knicks. We've got the New York Knicks 8.5-point favorites, 228 the total in this game. Minnesota coming into this one doing their typical routine of just up and down. Can't get this team on any sort of rhythm or any sort of long-term winning streak. I think 3 or 4 is the most they've won in terms of a win streak this season. They won 3 in a row early in March. They lose back-to-back at home to Brooklyn and Philly. They win in Atlanta. They come back home. They lose a tough one to the Celtics, and then they lose on the road to Chicago, and then blown out in Toronto the next night. Tough spot. I get it, back-to-back, Chicago to Toronto, but still tells you all you need to know about Minnesota. Unreliable, untrustworthy. I don't really want to back them, and I do like what I'm seeing out of the Knicks. How about the Knicks are all the way to 42-30 now, 12 games above 500. They've played really good basketball. I'm not in a rush to step in their way, especially with this ragtag Minnesota team. 3 straight wins for the Knicks against the Lakers and the Blazers on the road trip. Maybe a little tricky spot. I thought it could be Saturday afternoon at home versus Denver, but no problem. They beat the Nuggets 116 to 110 in that game. I mean, certainly the Knicks playing good basketball. They played each other back in November in Minnesota, and it was a 120 to 107 victory for the Knicks in this game. The problem is with the backing the Knicks here is you're laying 8.5, 9. They've, a little bit of a higher number than I would have liked, but I can't really make a strong argument here for the the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't trust him. Josh Hart over rebounds, 6.5. He's gone over his rebound prop 8 straight games for the New York Knicks coming into tonight. So that's definitely a prop that stands out big time for me going into this matchup here between the Timberwolves and the Knicks. RJ Barrett's gone over his point prop in 3 straight games as well coming into tonight. I've talked about Quickly a lot in terms of his point prop, cooled off a little bit as of late in terms of that. But still, for the most part, you're still talking 8 of the last 10 games for Emmanuel Quickly. And his point prop is over, and it's still 13.5 with his point prop. So I still think it's worth a bet. I mean, I know there's a couple of times it's missed, but when you're still talking 8 of the last 10 and there's been barely an adjustment, 13.5 still seems reasonable to go over with Emmanuel Quickly over 13.5 points for the Knicks. Skee, what do you think here? Minnesota, New York.
I think, for one, I don't think Anthony Edwards is going to play. And if I'm thinking like that, I have to be leaning towards the Knicks side. I feel like they've been playing a lot better basketball. And it's just a bad spot for Minnesota here. They're coming off of it's their 3rd game in 4 nights. I know that. And just the other day, they played a double overtime game. And this is the Knicks team I think it's their 2nd game in 5 days. And I don't see anybody on the injury report for New York. So all of that with them at the house, only way I could look is, I'm on New York trifecta, first quarter, first half, full game. I think they get it done. And also like Minnesota team total under, just because the offensive rating for Minnesota drops by like 7.5 points per 100 possessions without Anthony Edwards. Don't really see how they're going to score tonight. So Minnesota team total under 110 was what I took. Knicks first quarter, first half, full game, also in my pocket.
All right, I like it. I mean, I don't want Minnesota, that's for sure. Dutch, what do you think here? Timberwolves, Knicks?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy LJ for H-Town liking the first quarter over. Slow Jams liking the Knickerbockers, said Knicks first half or nothing. That's kind of my mentality here. I do believe I looked at this game and I'm like, I got to be on the Knicks somehow, some way here. Minnesota was playing very well on the road though, however, until obviously, but without Edwards, I do see a lot of things changing. They rely heavy on him. He kind of sets the tone for that basketball team, in my opinion. Tough basketball game for me now because I just think I want to bet at first half, but then I think as Skee pointed out, this team probably is more tired, so the full game I probably shouldn't be scared to lay the full game 8.5. To be honest with you, the number's high for a reason. I don't think someone in the chat said the Knicks got games to lose. They the way they coach by Thibodeau, these motherfuckers they bring their lunch pail every game, and they're playing his type of basketball right now. He's got the rotation figured out pretty well as well. So yeah, and that's the Knicks are a bet on team for me here. The number obviously a little high, but I'll find some way to get on it, man. I mean, ski on the trifecta. It sounds nice, man. The first half 4.5 seems low, as well. So yeah, man, Knicks spot in my opinion.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, I like Jaden McDaniels over points, rebounds, and assists. I like his points as well. He's been pretty much filling in for Ant Edwards, especially if Ant is not playing in there. He had 18, 25, 14, 19, 25 as well. Points, his rebounds is about 6, 6, and 5. So he's been able to get over the points, rebounds, and assists at 19.5 points and rebounds and assists. So I like that look a lot. And I think I'm riding with the first half with the Knicks with y'all. I think the full game spread is kind of a little crazy, but I feel the same way about no Hallie, no Pacers, no fucking Ant Edwards. I don't want to bet this damn Minnesota Timberwolves team as well. So only Jaden McDaniels is an official play over 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Other than that, I don't have nothing.
All right, just sticking to the props here for Wham with the Wolves and the Knicks. All right, we go to the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. Golden State 11-point road favorites, 235 the total. and they could be playing the YMCA basketball team in the city of Hamilton, Ontario, my neck of the woods, Golden State tonight. I still wouldn't lay 11 points on the road with them. I don't care who they're playing. I mean, this road issues for them. I mean, we've talked about this at nauseum. Not exactly the type of spot I'm looking to take Golden State. Now, we know Houston is what they are. But you give the Rockets credit. They've been competitive in some recent games. They beat Boston. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Pelicans at home. They did lose the second of the 2 games against New Orleans at home. Pelicans in the revenge spot in the second of that home and of the second of the back-to-back got the job done. But still, it's been a competitive, feisty Rockets team. You look at them tonight, though. They do have a couple of injury concerns in terms of Jalen Green and Alperen Şengün. Both of them going to be a questionable illness for Şengün. Jalen Green with the thigh injury, so keep an eye on that. It looks like for Golden State, Kevon Looney is a game-time decision due to lower back soreness, but I think everyone else is accounted for. Like Steph's going to play, Klay Thompson, DiVincenzo, Draymond Green look like they're going to suit up. That being said, I mean, like I said, Golden State on the road, it's not a team I trust. They've already lost 3 in a row on the road here to start this trip. LA Clippers, Atlanta, Memphis, straight up in ATS, 0-3. I'm taking Houston. I know it's ugly, but I'm getting 11, and I have no faith and confidence in the Warriors outside of New Oracle right now against anybody. Skee, what do you think here? Warriors, Rocket.
Yeah, it's kind of just I don't know. I can't bet the Warriors minus 13 versus anybody on the road. I don't care what team it is. They lost 10 in a row, failed to cover like 10 in a row. Why?
Yep.
Why is this the game that they're gonna come out and just play to perfection? So Rockets last 2 weeks have covered, I think, 5 of their last 6 games. They've been the better defensive team and rebounding team. I would have to grab the points. That's the only way I could look in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just too long. It's been a season-long, pathetic display on the road for Golden State. I mean, at this point, and that's all you can say about it. And they don't win, they don't cover on the road. It's been consistent. It's been steady all season. You know, how can we expect it to change now? What do you think here, Dutch? Warriors, Rockets.
Yeah, shout out to Adam Larkin. I see you, my man. Good to see you, Marquell, in the building. Mo Harris, Star Child. Good to see you, my dude. Yeah, man. I think everyone's going to go to the window with the Houston Rockets today. And I see my guys, Razor Sharp's little comment there. There's no way they can't money line, right? You know, so he's thinking that Houston might win that motherfucker outright. I don't know, man. I think they got this is a Warriors spot. I'm not gonna lie to you, and it's hard to go to the window. I might just first quarter this bitch, but the more I think about it, the more I look at it, man, they a little salty of what just happened in Memphis. They are, you know. Steph was on the bench, not feeling it. Klay was 1, 2, 3, 4 in it, and Draymond. I mean, you know, I don't even know if he played in that motherfucking game. But after getting punked and shit talked by Dylan Brooks in Memphis, I believe these boys might take it out on the Houston Rockets. I really do. And I think it's like a trend right now, maybe to fade the Warriors on you know, it's been a beautiful thing, but it might come to an end tonight. And I'm not, we know there's levels to this, and it's the Golden State Warriors, for, you know, obviously on another level than Houston Rockets, but they have been putrid as fuck on the road. Something tells me tonight they win this game by 20 points, you know, and up early in offense. So I'll look maybe first quarter here. Golden State, and then everybody can be like, "What the fuck?" That's when they lose. But hey, I honestly think tonight is the night that they show up a little bit after the pounding they got in Grind City.
Are you muted, bro?
I've been saying that for weeks and months about Golden State on the road, so I'll let them show me before I'm ready to
yeah, I know, right?
into that gobbledygook. All right, what do you think here, Wham?
Yeah, Jalen Green dropped 40 last night, man. Balled out. Warriors, bro, on the road. We already know, man. 3-13 ATS. We already know as a favorite, bro. Get them out of there. Kick them out. They only covered 8 times, bro. 8 times so far this year on the road, bro. No Şengün. I think Şengün might be out. I think they take that a little bit serious, whatever illness they're talking about there. But Jayshawn Tate is already ruled out. So I only just lean toward my guy, Jabari Smith Jr. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, had the big night against the New Orleans the time before. Then he had a fall flat game last night. So let's get it here, man. I think that they hold it down for the Rockets, but I'm not going to bet them. I'm just going to take Jabari with the double-double, hold my nose and do it like that, bro. But Y'all see he don't want me to talk. He's quiet. Every time y'all talk, he quiet as hell. As soon as I start talking, now you want to say, "Oh, it's our turn." So
There you go. Yeah, he knows who knows who's boss in the household there. That's the bottom line. All right, next up we got Dallas and Memphis. Memphis now 5-point favorites in this game, 227 the total. This opened 1.5, and the reason for that is, of course, the absence once again of Luka Doncic and the fact that Kyrie Irving downgraded to questionable due to a foot injury that has actually kept him out for 3 of the last 4 games. He did play Friday night against the LA Lakers. But is questionable with that foot issue here. And that's why for Dallas, it's hard for me to buy into them come playoff time. I mean, how many games is it going to be that they play in the regular season together on the floor at the same time, Luka and Kyrie, before the playoffs start? I mean, you got to gain some kind of cohesion. That's, and you can't just throw these guys together in the playoffs and expect everything to just be firing on all cylinders. It doesn't work that way. But for some reason, you're just not getting enough court time with these two on in the game on the floor at the same time. So and obviously with Luka out and Kyrie Irving very much in doubt, that's the reason for the move here on Memphis. They still have, of course, John Morant, Steven Adams out, no change there. Jaren Jackson, though, for them questionable here with a left calf injury. For the Grizzlies. And look, he's been playing well. That's a shame because he was the player prop I was going to target tonight for Memphis, Jaren Jackson, but he is questionable. We'll have to see if he suits up. I don't have anything on this game right now, other than if he were to play Jaren Jackson, I'd probably look at some kind of a player prop involving him. I think if you're going to look at someone offensively for Dallas tonight, why not Josh Green? He's going to have to be someone that really has to pick up the slack with Luka out, possibly no Kyrie Irving. Someone's got to try to score for this team tonight. Josh Green's probably that candidate. So the Josh Green prop with his usage going up and his shot volume probably going up does make sense to me tonight. Skee, what do you think here? Mavs, Grizzlies.
Fuck this game. Back with this. Ain't that how it go?
All right.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's something like that. Absolutely. Dutch, what about you here? Dallas, Memphis.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our boy E in the chat. Andrew G, I see you, my man. Alfonso Scott, good to see you as well, bro.
Yeah, Tyus Jones too. Yeah, that's a good prop. I agree.
Yeah, man. We knew he was gonna start taking over a while back with the Morant. They're gonna be nice. He'll come back. He got to play with extra confidence too. Morant comes back. Should be back real soon too. I think they said Wednesday. Memphis 7-3 straight up first half. At home versus the West. Our boy LJ dropping knowledge. Yeah, I think, man, I want to be on Memphis here, but the thing that takes me off of Memphis is simple. They beat these boys back-to-back like a week ago, so now it's third time in less than 10 days that they got to play Memphis again, and they talk a lot of shit, man. I was hoping Luka played in this game so Luka could be out there because, Brooks was saying he was trying to dodge him and shit. To Kyrie, too, these boys. So I was just like, I want to see Kyrie and Luka out there playing. I was looking to load up on Dallas. Obviously, we missed that. So I do think Memphis will win this basketball game, but, man, I'm going to stay off of it because of the fact that they just played 2 games back. Yeah.
All right.
All right, Wham. How about you, Dallas, Memphis?
Fuck this basketball game. Back with it.
All right.
There you go. Nice and simple. Nothing more needs to be added. All right. How about this final game now? Sacramento and Utah. The Kings 6.5-point road favorites, 238.5 being the total here in this basketball game. Of course, Sacramento waiting for their demise, but surprisingly, it has not happened. 43-27 now for the Sacramento Kings. 6-1 in their last 7, 8-2 in their last 10. They've won every game on this current road trip. Chicago, Brooklyn, Washington won and covered every game on this road trip as well. I don't think I want to step in front of Sacramento. It's the end of the road trip. Do they get a little complacent that, hey, it's been a good road trip. We lose tonight. That's okay. Are they excited to get back home? They do play Boston at home tomorrow night. So it's a front end of a back-to-back for Sacramento. That is the one concern here. So I don't know if this is the best spot for Sacramento, but they're playing well enough that I don't want to fade them either. And let's give Utah at least some credit. They've covered 5 straight, actually, coming into this matchup here tonight with Sacramento. We'll see if they can keep that going here tonight, but definitely they've been able to rack up some recent point spread covers. They've been competitive. They came back from a huge deficit Saturday night against the Boston Celtics to beat Boston. So the Jazz definitely have been competitive lately. I like what I've seen, even though, of course, they've dipped below 500. Walker Kessler continues to play great for them in particular. I think his props are probably worth a look tonight in this game. The problem for Utah is no Jordan Clarkson and no Lauri Markkanen for the Jazz, ruled out with a back injury. So, and you talk about a guy that gives you pretty much damn near a double-double every game, 25.4 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game. So Lauri Markkanen definitely will be missed tonight for the Jazz. So that's the thing. I mean, it's not a great Sacramento spot, but I don't want to go against them. Can you go with Utah without Markkanen now? I don't know about that. So tough game. Maybe lean over if anything, but that's about it. What do you think here, Skee? Sacramento, Utah.
I bet the under, and so it makes me happy to hear that those people are ruled out. I kind of assumed that would be the case. It's a lot of scoring missing for the Utah team without Clarkson and Markkanen.
Yep.
So I like the under quite a bit. I've been kind of looking at these games with the road team on the front end of a back-to-back and conference after their first meeting went under. Been pretty, profitable to the under this year, about 72%, a little bit more than that, and 100% with these high totals higher than 228. So that's the reason I went with it, and I'm happy to hear the number has ticked in my direction and the scores are out.
All right, Mike M's Pimp Slap play of the day, which have been very good, by the way, across all sports, and he goes with multiple. Sometimes it's hockey, sometimes it's NBA, sometimes it's football, baseball, you name it. So he likes the Jazz. 10-1 ATS spot. Yeah, this is not a Sacramento spot. I've been handicapping NBA for 13 years. Skee probably close to that as well. Everybody here has been capping NBA a long time. When you have got a team that's been on a road trip and they've been winning and it's the last game of that trip and they go home the very next night for a game, especially against a team like Boston, that's not a spot you really want to be rushing to lay 6.5 with Sacramento. And I've seen it for years. So that's enough right there, even though they're better than Utah, and Utah's got some people out. That's enough to keep me off Sacramento. Dutch, what do you think here? Kings, Jazz.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy DK. Art, I see you, my dude. Last night I looked at this game and I was like, wow, I'm gonna be on the Utah Jazz tonight. And y'all know I like me some Sacramento Kings. Shout out to them boys covering on Saturday. Don't really like to bet too much on the weekend, but I had to take advantage of that -2 against the Wizards, and it was easy motherfucking money. So shout out to Sacramento, but all points very strong here by you, Bobano. And I see the Pimp Slap play today. Shout out to Mike M. It's a Utah spot for me, but that big but is no Lauri Markkanen, and people in the chat talking like he's not playing. So it's like I don't know. There probably will be some way somehow that they cover this basketball game in Utah because it's a clear Utah spot. But I need him out there. I mean, Clarkson's not out. I mean, I just look. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to put my hard-earned money on this shit. I thought he would be out there. He would definitely. I thought that, because these two teams have played 2 times this year. And Sacramento, they're literally 3 points between both games. They've won by 2, won by 1. Sacramento's winning both basketball games. So it's been close. And this is obviously clearly a Utah spot. They play a decent, as you touched on, Bobano. So, yeah, man, if you want to bet it, I'd go to the window with the 6.5. But no Lauri Markkanen, no bueno.
Yeah, exactly. That's what made it, even though it's a great Jazz spot on paper, that's what made it a whole lot tougher to back them tonight. Clarkson and Lauri Markkanen, and Markkanen in particular, has had a resurgent season in his career this year with Utah. What do you think here, Wham?
Yeah, I think THT and Kelly Olynyk is going to have a pretty good game without those guys that you guys mentioned. THT, specifically, he had 19 points last game. Kind of fell off against the Heat the game before, but he almost had a triple-double against the Hornets, 37, 10, and 8. Went crazy in that game. So I kind of expect him to play pretty well. Hate seeing old Lakers, man, play good, but I think he's did it before against the Kings. I think he's played well against them the second time, not his last time. The second time I just had to set up. Obviously, my whole computer went out and everything went out with it. So as far as the in this game, I don't have anything other than a potential prop with THT, maybe some Ochai Agbaji looks and Kelly Olynyk look on that side, but I think it's too much of a blowout factor for me to touch any props with the Kings. I know a lot of guys like Sabonis. I know our guy Billy likes Sabonis triple-double today, so I'm not mad at that at all. Shout out to D-Rock You like the PRA for Sabonis. I agree with you there as well. Without those guys in there, it is what it is. But nothing for me in this game.
Wait, 5-2 and 1 ATS as dogs in this range. By the way, this season, 5 to 7 point dogs. So they've been good at getting this kind of points. All right, good stuff. That is the Monday NBA slate. Hit the like button. We appreciate it very much. A reminder, there's no college basketball show today with very few games. There's only a couple games left in the CBI. That's about it. So Connor and I are back tomorrow for that. And, of course, the NBA Pub Hub still on all week this week. So make sure you hit that like button. Appreciate it very much. We'll be back with Best Bets and Dutch's Freshest Look coming up right after we hear from Manscaped and Southtown 101. Southtown 101, when you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, Southtown 101 and manscaped.com. Promo code PubSports. Get 20% off and free shipping from manscaped.com using the promo code PubSports. All right, best bets to wrap it up. Skee, start with you. What do you like for best bet?
Man, let me go last because I don't want to take anybody's best bet. I like a lot today.
All right, there we go. He's deferring to Dutch with the freshest look.
Oh, this picky motherfucker, man. Hey, we're going to Philly. All right, freshest look. And we're Sixers, full game. All right, get the 8, man. I ain't laying the hooker, though. We're going to get you the money, though. Get the 8. I got a little better number. Drop the minus 120, minus 8, full game. Sixers, good money.
All right, Philadelphia, minus 8 against Chicago. Freshest look for Dutch. All right, Wham Bam, best bet.
Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy. Because I want to say Hornets money line, but I know that's probably where he's going to go here. So I'm going to just keep it simple, man. I'm going to keep it simple. Nikola Vucevic. Let's go to that same game where my boy at, man. Philly. Nikola Vucevic over points, rebounds, and assists, 30.5. Hit this 4 of the last 5 games, averaging 14 rebounds against this team in the 4 meetings that he played, last 4 meetings against the Sixers. Give me Nikola Vucevic over points, rebounds, and assists, plus money, man, plus 110, over 30.5 points, rebounds, assists. Nikola.
There you go, Nikola Vucevic. Points and rebounds and assists for Wham with his best bet. Mike M, in the chat. Yeah, you're right. True TV. It's funny. That was hilarious last night. Janelle Davis of Florida Atlantic getting interviewed. He drops the word shit on live television during the interview, and she's like, "That's okay, man. That's okay. We're on True TV, man. It's like you can say whatever you want. It's only True TV. Who cares if you swear? True TV, True fucking TV. They should be grateful that they've got this college basketball tournament on their fucking crap ass channel. They really should.
God damn.
So we'll let you swear all you want on True TV. We're that desperate for the ratings. Exactly. I mean, that's Rerun City. If you like reruns of shows from 20 years ago, that's your channel right there, True TV. All right, Skee Profit, time is up, my friend. What do you like for best bet?
Time is up.
I do like them Hornets though, but I'm gonna go with the Wolves team total under 110, 109.5. I don't think they score 100 points tonight. So best bet for tonight, Wolves team total under.
There you go, Timberwolves.
Time is up is hilarious, dog. That's funny.
Hey, tea time. Time's up. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Timberwolves under for Skee with his best bet. I'm going to go with I don't love any side in total tonight, so I'm going to go with player prop. I'm going to go Embiid over points in the Philadelphia-Chicago game. He's been scoring. There's been a couple games he stayed under, but more often than not, he's been going over. It's getting up there. I mean, 33.5 is no bargain. Totally understand that. But we've seen some games where he's gotten 36, 38, 39. I think he's capable of more of the same here tonight against the Chicago Bulls. No bargain, but we'll take it for best bet. Joel Embiid over 33.5 points for best bet here tonight on this Monday card. All right, that'll wrap it up for this edition of the Ice Guys. Not the Ice Guys, sorry, wrong show. The NBA Pub Hub. There you go. They got all kinds of things on the brain. The NBA Pub Hub, we appreciate it very much. Hit the like button on the way out. Reminder, no college show, but Connor and I are back with that tomorrow. Hope you enjoy your Monday night. Hit the like button on the way out for Dutch, for Skee, for Wham. I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Monday. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we'll see you again tomorrow on Tuesday for another edition of the NBA Pub Up, hosted by Dutch tomorrow, right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. Salute to the real ones holding us down in the chat. RP, Rance, Joe, Tiffany, the lovely lady, Vincent. Good to see y'all. Big Lucci. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah.